Good morning, everyone. I'm Chavisong, and today I'm the teacher who teach the Scratch programming. Nice to meet you all. So before the Scratch programming, right, I would like to introduce our company, which is the iThinkKids. And the iThinkKids is especially teaching the kids for the 21st century coding skill. And I'm the teacher who also can call me the trainers. So I'm from the finance background and have a mathematics teaching experience and also programming. And currently I train 5 to 19 years old kids for doing from scratch, and also got a Construct Tree, which is the platform we make the 2D games, and also the Pygame, which we use the Python programming language to teach the game also as well. Here's our course in iThinkKids, and this is not available. And we start from the Scratch programming, and also we got the apps inventor. And this is the Construct Tree, which kids can use the platform to build their 2D games. And this is the programming, which is we use the Python to make their own game with Pygame. This is the Python and the data size for kids as well. So we also have the Android apps for kids. And there's one more is creative science specialized for the 7 to 9 years old kids. And and the creative side is actually the focus on the STEAM education. So STEAM. So we got the science, technology, engineering, and also mathematics, art and mathematics. This is our course structure, which we got the features and function and tutorial for the whole 1 hour. And normally in total we teach 1.5 hours, and the first hour we teach the features and function. So it is half an hour features and function. Another half an hour is the tutorial. After the features and function, the lesson and the tutorial finish, they will go into the exercise 1. If some of the kids have finished this earlier, they can enter to the exercise 2. Okay, so this also after they finish all, and they can jump into the module 2, which in module 1 we got 8 weeks around, 8 weeks, 8 chapter, and we got the project. So project normally takes around 3 weeks to finish. So they able to finish the whole module, which in total is 12 weeks. So if kids interested to learn the coding, and they will sign up the 12 weeks course, which is module 1, and another 12-week course, which is module 2, and entering to the level 3, they will have a presentation on each module, on each end of the module. So the whole course structure is like this. Yeah, so let's do a start. This is the Scratch programming. We start to introduce what is the programming and what is the Scratch. This is the content. I'm not sure teachers already prepared their PDF file, which the teacher previously shared to you guys. Right. So this one is the content for the week 1. Week 1. In week 1, we will have a brief introduction of the Scratch programming and what is Scratch programming and why we choose Scratch. and also Scratch programming has a ranking in top B. So Scratch is a good programming language for kids, right? And also we have 20 minutes to talk about getting started with Scratch and exploring the environment of the Scratch, creating the account, and creating your first program. Okay. So what is Scratch? Scratch actually is a block-based virtual programming language, which is we can use the website to help kids to learn the programming. And also the project or the block like, which is drag and drop. So this is how the Scratch looks like. We got a block, we got a sprite, and also we can change the background. And you got the palettes, block palettes. You can insert some sounds and also can custom your sprite. And this is the coding, which is very different from the Scratch programming. And this is we call it the test-based. And previously, this one is the block-based, which we teach the kids how to drop the block into the code area here. And each of the block has the step-by-step logically to put inside the whole column. And for this one, it's pretty hard. It needs sometimes to learn about the coding. So it's not very suitable for the young kids to learn this one. So why we choose Scratch? Because Scratch gives kids have more time to create their thinking, and also because once they finish the lesson and tutorial, they're able to make their own project. By teacher will guide the kids or students to make their own project. Secondly, is the logical reasoning. So the drag and drop makes kids to think about the step to design their blocks. That is the problem solving. So also is most of the time you can see kids like to play games, right? But in the behind that create the games, and also they use the computer concept and the mathematics to make their own game. Other than that, they also can use this knowledge to solve the problem. Okay. So this is the ranking. Surprisingly, you can see the Scratch programming in the ranking. So this, you can see the Scratch programming ranking in 23, which in the world there's a population which is 0.71 population are using Scratch programming. So some of the kids or some of the parents, they may wonder, is Scratch a good programming language for kids to develop their project? Okay, so honestly, the Scratch isn't very good to introduce the program, but it's real programming language which is specialized for the young kids to help before they are entering to any computer science or that knowledge. So a programming language is also a language that allows people to communicate with the computer, and also giving the instruction to let the computer to execute. Scratch does just that. Let me see this. Yeah. So Other than that, we can send the order to the computer, and also the Scratch can give the computer like make that character move on the screen and also add two numbers together. So this is how the instructions. Oh, it's like this one, the picture is not looks very well, but then I try to explain it clearly. Here is the interface of the Scratch programming. Here is the tape, and here is the code area. Here is the stage. We might put all the blocks that we want into the code area, and also we will shift from the tape, which we can shift to costume and sounds to add more things inside. Also, if you want to see something, you can play the green flag to show on the stage. Block playlist, including all, you can have it has a motion, looks, sounds, and also I could say sensing and variables and so on and so forth. This is a sprite list. We can select the sprite that we want. Another more important is we can add the extension. We have a drum, we have a music, we have a drawing pens. Backpacks, actually, we can save the blocks into another project that we can use it, reuse the code. So the task one, I need teachers to go through with the task one. We can first open the Scratch programming. Go Google Scratch and go inside the website. Once you click this one, you'll see this interface. On this page, you see many clicks. So I'll introduce this one. So this is the create button, create the new project, and also load the project from here. Explore, if you click inside the Explore, there will be something like so many projects uploaded by the Scratch user. So the interesting part is that if you notice this, there's a trading, and also if you click the button here, you see the popular reason. So the trading is actually is very hot. We can say very hot project. Popular means very famous. And most of the view you can say popular, and recently is by date, short by date. So this one is similar like we can think this one is another type of YouTube, right? So this you can search as many projects as you want and as many different kind of the project you want here. Okay, so the idea is actually for the tutorial videos or the guide for the beginner. Okay, there's a lot of tutorial here, and this when you click inside, like let's say for example, I click into this, make it fly, and you see try the tutorial, or also you can download the PDF file, which is the coding class and the educator guide. So it's pretty convenient. And if you click the try the tutorial, I think I need some time to load it. Okay, so we start the next one. So about is actually the what is all the Scratch about, and there's a short introduction for the Scratch here, and also the Scratch for the education. And this one is the stuff. The stuff you already created the project, or the project will save in the stuff. And this is the message. So I think we need to have a own account if you haven't signed in or sign up any account yet, right? So prefer every teacher who have their own account with the Scratch. Once you sign in with the account, right, and then you can save all the stuff with this with your own account. Okay, so this is just very basic introduction for the user interface for Scratch programming. And also here you can see some of the popular Scratch create user. They create their own channel, which is very similar to the YouTube channel. And also, let's say I search for Python. Oh. So I see this user. This user has created the art for this one. Okay, there's nothing, but if I like it, I will follow it. So I try to click the username of this one, Hansel, and I click the follow. Once I click the follow, right, it looks like very similar to the YouTube subscribe. And when I click this follow, and every time if Hansel updated any project here, it will notice me in future. So also I can unsubscribe or unfollow the user, which I can go to the profile, go bottom here, and then following, okay, and then I click this. I'll jump back to the Hansel, and I click for unfollow. Okay. So let's create the first program, which is a very simple program. So I press the create. Wait a minute, my internet is really slow today. Okay, I use this one. Yeah, finally. Okay. So let's create the first project, which is very simple. Here, the block palette is on your left-hand side, and we can see there's a motion, looks, sounds, event, control, sensing, operation, and variables like macro. Okay, we'll go through one by one for this one. Very simple and quick one. Okay, so you see the sprite here. You see the sprite here. If you don't like the sprite for this cat looks, you can choose any sprite you like, or you can upload the sprite. Okay, so here if you want to choose a sprite, you go inside, and there's a lot of sprite for you to choose, or choose by category, which you can select the animals category, people category. Okay, so if you in the end you can't find your favorite sprite, you also can upload any sprite you want. Okay, so here I just make a very simple one. I just use the cat sprite, and also if if you want to have this cat to move around, okay, we have a motion. So we take this one, move, drag, and drop to the code area. Okay, but of course, if you drop here, it doesn't move, but you need to click every time. If I want to press the green button to let the cats moving, for this situation, I need to go to the events, drag this. You see the green flag here. When green flag, click. And then I'll press the green flag, and the cat sprite will move forward. Okay, so every time I click right, so you can move even more steps by one click. Okay, let's say I put 100, and I press the green button. You even more steps to move around. Okay. So what if I want to have the cat every time you go back to the center point? I just go to the motion and select the go to X, drag this, put in between the when and the move. And here I change the X coordinate to 0 and Y coordinate to 0. And I click the green flag button. Okay, of course you see the cat sprite is biased to the right side, right? Because we already have included the move 100 step. Okay, if you remove this one and I click the green flag button, it will go to the center point. Okay. We also need to know what is the direction for the cat. So I need to highlight, select the sprite, and check if the cat is in the right position or the right direction. Okay, so basically the sprite is facing the right side, which is start from 90. Okay, so here if we change and rotate the direction, right, you follow this way. Or we can insert some figure, which is I want it to turn it back. Okay, so upside down, for example, 180. Oh, okay, so even more, 270. So it will be like upside down. Okay, remember that the cat is facing 90 degrees at the start beginning. Okay, so upside down, it looks like you need to put even more, or we can put minus 90 degree, or we can rotate this one clockwise. Okay, and turn it to back. And then one more thing is we can change the x and y, which we can change it to 0, and the y position is 0, and this is the center point. We give the instruction, or we give the step to create the sprite. Okay, so we also, if your cat need to change the direction, like for example, we don't use this way, okay, we go to the left hand side to search for the point in direction, this one, and put under the go to x and y. Okay, so usually when we run the program, right, there will be the cat sprite will go to the 0, 0 and point in direction with this 90 degree. Okay, and now we try to drop this, turn 15 degrees under the point in direction. When you click the green flag, it will turn 15 degrees, or even more if you want to put here. And we put the move block, change this one to 20. So every time after the cat sprite turn 15, if you move forward 20 steps. And if you click again, it will still there. Okay, why? Because if you go back to the first instruction, which is when you click the flag, and you go to the 0, 0, and we'll do the same thing. Okay, so you'll see the cat sprite stands still there, right? It's not every time if you move 20 steps when you click the green button. So we also have the time control. We drop the wait how many seconds to do the next instruction or the next step instruction. Okay, and we try to add another step, another 10 step, or another 20 step. So we see the cat actually is moving 2 times. Okay, so here we also try to add let the cat sprite to say something. And here we drop another wait block, wait control, time control, and also let me see, say something is go to the load split. Say something, say hello for 2 seconds. You also can change the string, which is inside the say block. We call this a string. So inside the string, we have say Saturday. Today is Saturday. And we try to say the cat, after all the movement have done, eventually he will say today is Saturday. All right, you can change any string you want. And also if you feel like, we need some background because the case looks like very not that interesting, we make some background to make it more interesting. Okay, so also you will see the stage. There's a backdrop. You go to the choose a backdrop. And there's a lot of backdrop for you to choose. I choose this one for my backdrop or background. So you actually the cat is going down. Okay, so yeah, this is a very simple program that we first made. Has anyone can catch up this? Yeah, any problem with this program?
So far, okay.
Yeah, so far so good, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I can't see. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So any problem you can ask me. You can stop me here. All right. So this is a very simple program, and we see the second week. Second week, the content of the Scratch programming. We will talk about the motion comment. Actually, it's motion and pen comment. Where can I find and import the pen comment? What is the absolute motion? And what is the relative motion? And also we have a very simple program which is called the cat chasing a tennis ball. Right. So I create this. We might need, sometimes we might need some extension. We can go to the bottom left corner. You see the extension here, this one. Okay, and we click this add extension. There's a lot of things we can add. This one is the music, this one is pen, video sensing, and text, and yeah, translate, and so many things here. Okay, but first we will import this pen and click this, and we got a pen to use, and also this all the blocks we can use from the pen planet. Okay. Here we try to explain the what is the absolute control, absolute motion, and also the relative motion. So we see the absolute motion is actually the 480 times 360 regular grid. And the size of the area here, you will notice here is actually the 480 width and 360 height. For this horizontal, we call it x-axis. For this vertical, we call it y-axis. So x and y. In the center point, that is 0, 0. Right? 0, 0 position. Going left and going up is the positive. oh sorry, going left to and going down is the positive. Okay, let's say this, I change it to step by step, I change it to the maximum of the left is 360, right? Okay, this one. Oh, okay. I type it wrong. It's actually 240. Okay. 240 is the maximum for the left, and minus 240 is the maximum for the right. For the left, and positive 240 is the maximum of the right. For the y is minus 480. Okay, you go to 180. Okay, I need to change this one. 180. Okay, sorry about that. So the whole, yeah, the whole thing is the whole length is actually the 480, and the height is 200, 360, 360. We need to divide it by 2. We need to divide it by 2. Right. So this one, if I change to 240, it will be the left maximum, and 360 divided by 2 is 180. It will be the top right corner. If I put the minus 240, it will be the left side. I change back to this one. Yeah, if your target is going to the 200x with 150y, you'll be go to x, you type 200 and 150y. First, we go to the motion, and there's the go to x, which we use just now. We can try to type something here. Okay, yeah. We can try to type something here. We can go to 240 with 180. And we need to click this one. We don't have the green flag yet because we haven't dragged this when green flag click. Okay. We need to, if you want to click the green flag, and you must have the when green flag is clicked. And now I change it back to the normal center. It'll be here. So this is the, we call it absolute motion. Okay, you go into the move directly. The other way is the relative motion, which is we need to turn around. Okay, so here you will see the relative motion is quite clear. Okay, so let's say, for example, this you're facing upward, and if you reach some point, you need to turn right, and you'll go to the step, the target. First, you need to search for turn or we point it some direction. Like let's say, for example, this one. And then we move some point, some step, which is 50. And then we turn back again. We put 50. Okay. And we move again. Move forward, which is 30. Right. So this one is called the relative motion. Eventually, the target is here. Oh, good. Yeah, let's take another program which I import. I will select another cat for this one. I delete all the sprite, which I just remain one cat here. And also I will import another thing, tennis ball. And now I got two sprites. The first one is the cat and the second one is the tennis ball. And now I'm selecting the cat sprite, which I want to do something with this sprite to actually do the chasing for the tennis ball. So I go to the control, go to the event. I first use the when green flag is clicked and go to motion. Set the rotation style all around. So when I click this green flag, you do nothing, okay? Because we haven't do some action for this sprite, right? So here we go to the control blocks, which we do click this, drop, and drop it here forever. Forever essentially means always doing some action. When the green flag is clicked and the action is start, okay? And we go to the motion. We'll select this one, go to some position, okay? We are not going to the random position, but we select the tennis ball. We're always chasing the tennis ball. And we try to drag this back seconds to X and Y. We replace the X and Y by X and Y figure by the mouse X and mouse Y. We go to the sensing. You see that's the mouse X and mouse Y. Mouse X will put the first place and the second one is the mouse Y. And if I check the program, it will be like this. It always follow my mouse, but not following my tennis ball, right? So of course we need to add some blocks for my tennis ball. Here I select the tennis ball and I add when the green flag is clicked. Okay, I want to let my tennis ball to follow my mouse pointer. So I'll do this one forever, always, and we go to select the go to motion. Drop this and drop here. Here there's a selection which we select the mouse pointer. Okay, if you want to have even more effect on the tennis ball, you could have select the turn, how many degrees. So now I try to click this, it will be like this, right? And it's not like the cat is moving very weird. Okay, so how to solve this? We got another blocks, which is selection. We will choose the point towards this one with the move motion. So move motion, how many steps is actually you can understand what is the speed. You can, if you want to let the cats moving fast, you need to add more in the move step blocks. Instead of the cat to chasing the ball, so I try to remove this part and put this part. Teacher, you have any problem with this program? Another way I can change the cat effect, which I use the green flag again, but I put this aside. And I can set the size, okay? Or I can change the color of the cat by set the color effect. Change the color effect. Right. So here I choose this one. and put it at here. There are many options for us to play around for this. Okay, I'll choose real, change effect to 40, and you'll see the cat is actually if you're rotating the body, right? So if I even put even more, let's say 200, it will be look like this. When the green effect is clicked, I will do the effect. All right, all good. Yeah, this is how the programs work. And we might have limited time to go through the I think we don't go through the easy draw because we have a limited time. I think this we can practice if after the training. So we will see the chapter 3. Yeah, in the chapter 3 we got so many things to learn. So the first one is we know how to change the animate graphic effect. Just now I show you which the cat can change effect, and also we know how to use the slide to move around. I think this one, if teacher need to download the picture, right? Or maybe I can share the link, the project link to you, and you can open the link and can download the whole project. Here, if you don't mind, you can use the existing image by clicking this one, create the open on Google Docs, and then you try to save the image. Save to keep, and then you can save image as your into your folder. Okay, so this one, yeah, I gonna to show this look for my computer. So the whole thing is quite simple. Just go through with this project. And if I click the green flag, it will forever to do the movement, which is action. Move 10 steps forever. We'll do forever. Move 10 steps forward, and then we'll change to the next costume. If the sprite touch the screen, touch the edges, left or right, it will have a bounce effect. After the bounce, it will wait for 0.1 seconds. and you go back to the first one. If you move again and change the next custom. So here I go to select, I go to click the custom, and I have the frames, which are 7 in total. Every frame has different movement. So you can think like this is art drawing, but if we add them together, it will be the animation. When I click the green flag, it's actually moving. If I want to move even more faster, let's say we change the 0.1 to 0.05, even more faster for this sprite. So once the sprite touches the edge, it will have a bounce to left or right. Or if you, in future, if you try to make a Pong game, it will have a bounce every time the ball touches the edge. Okay, so this I actually need to clarify for this structure, which is we actually got three things we run currently, which is online class and physical class, and the last one is the school holiday camp. So the difference between these three things, you see the virtual online class, right? We'll actually conduct online. It has a 24 weeks in total. So each weeks we conducting 1.5 hours for a lesson, and then second is the second week. So there's no project and presentation for the virtual online class. In total, there's 36 hours for the whole program. Means the student can finish it within with 6 months. Okay, so this is we call it a smart package for online lesson. Another thing is the physical class, because during the MCO or CMCO we don't really run so much of physical class, and we try to go into online class. And also we actually we got physical class, and we got 3 package, which is Tinker, Smart, and Genius. So each package have different timeline, different time to finish the whole course. So Tinker, it will take around 3 months to finish 18 hours lesson. You can say 12 weeks. So in these 12 weeks, we have project 3 weeks, plus the last week is the presentation. So this tutorial and the lesson will seem similar to the virtual class. So the smart package for the physical class is 6 months. Will be whole 24 weeks, including the project and presentation. Also, smart package is actually include the module 1 and module 2. And Tinker is only module 1. And the Genius package is for 9 months, which is include the Tinker, the module 1, module 2, and module 3. So students can finish Genius package in 9 months, 36 weeks in total. Each lesson will have 1.5 hours. Yeah, so This one, actually, I run until module 3, right? I will enter to the module 4. Before I enter to module 4, I need to clarify these things because it will be a bit confusing if you don't understand this package. So I'll talk about the school holiday bootcamp. Actually, our school holiday bootcamp has 3 types, which is the first one, if the student can want to learn 2 days or 3 days or 5 days, it depends them. So 6 hours per day. In between, we have 1 hour lunch hour. So in total, it will be like 7 hours per day for the teacher and students. And this one, we also including the lesson, tutorial, and project. Oh, okay. So day 1, we got based on this, we'll see how many hours for the lesson and tutorial, and how many hours for the exercise. So day 2, we'll have a project. Day 3, we have a second project, and day 5, we have the project. If the student sign up the day 5 package. Now I show you the chapter, which is this one. So here I got 8 chapter, which we can use it for online and also for offline. But online, it doesn't include the project. So this one is the project, week 9, week 10, and week 11, and also with the presentation. Let me show you the presentation. Not sure here is. So this is the week 12 presentation, which is in the physical class. Only available for physical class, and also for the, we also do the presentation on the booth camp, either in group or individually. Depends on the student's number. We'll share this out to the teachers and make the things clear. Once a teacher has got problem, got some problem that they don't understand, you can ask or refer to us. Also, once teacher finish the TDT, and we will have 1 to 2 weeks for teacher to read through all the materials, and teacher Nina will give a mock trial, which let teacher knows how to do the trial for the mock, something like mock test. So this mock test is actually give you know how do you understand the Scratch programming, and also know how do you give the teacher Nina will guide you how to do the mock test also as well. So far, any problem? Any question with this structure? With this one? Are you guys clear with the virtual online class and the physical class structure? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, good.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. And others? Wei Wei, are you clear for this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So if any question for the structure, because the structure is quite important for us to clarify the structure and make sure every teacher know about this structure. And yeah, okay. So now we entering to the week 4. Let me see this one. Oops, animation. Now maybe I can share this out and then I send the link to you guys on the chat. Yeah, I share it out, this one. And I copy the link to you guys. And you can have a look inside. So you can press the C inside. If you press, if you click in the link, you see inside, and you can see my blog, and also you can copy the costume, the frame. One more thing to add is the scratch exercise. Scratch exercise is after the lesson and tutorial, 1 hour. If teacher already finished the lesson and tutorial 1 hour, and then we'll enter to 30 minutes exercise. So here we will category for this chapter. We will divide it into the chapter, which each chapter has 2 exercises. So exercise 1 and the exercise 2. So half an hour will be doing exercise. And if students can catch up very well, and or the student can quite learn it very well, we can do the exercise 2 for them. And so on and so forth. For this, we is week 2. And the exercise 1 and exercise 2. Okay, and yeah, here's the exercise, and including there's a 8 weeks exercise. All right, so we move on. Yeah, I think we can make a new project, which is sneezing cat. So this one is quite simple. We just put some word and change the size. We also use back this cat. Reload. Jessica, the module 2 and module 3 actually the Scratch programming. the same as the Scratch programming. So this one, right? So module one is we can understand like level one or the beginner, and the module two is actually the level two or the intermediate. Yeah, we call it module two lah, right? Or else we call many names will get confused. So module three also level similar like level three. So in Scratch programming is include module one, module two, and module three. So once the kids or once the students finish all the module, right, we recommend the students to get the next course. So the next course would be the 2D games or the app inventor.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. It's similar like this one, online lesson, also the same. And once the student finish the online lesson, they can choose whether they want to enter to the next course, which is 2D game or the app inventor. No Scratch anymore. Okay, unless the student want to retake again. Yeah. Yeah, here we use the cat. We try to use say something and change the effect of the cat effect. First of all, we use the event. We drag the green flag when green flag is clicked. Second, we use the control to the repeating, which I drag this.
Sorry, we're looking at your Google Drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Let me share again. This one. Thank you. So it's this one, right?
Yeah.
Have you? Oh, I think I shared the wrong screen. So this one is the week 12 presentation. So either in individual or in groups presentation. Yeah, we have a guide for the presentation, week 12, so that teachers will know how to do the presentation for the students. The student will do the presentation. Okay, so this one, we have a green flag, click, and then we have a repeat how many times we want. And also we can do some action inside the repeat block. So let's go to the log, and then we try to take this out. So when I take this out, it means repeat 10 times to say hello for 2 seconds. Or I change it to 1 second. You keeping saying hello with 10 times. And I would like to change the size, which I can see change size by 10. I take this out. I change to 5 for this one. So every time it will have a 10 size to increment until this large, because this repeat means every time if you change, the first time if you add 10, and then second time you go back and say hello again and add 10, increment 10. The third time you go back and say hello and increment 10, and so on and so forth. And then I'll say good morning. So this one I need to delete this. I go to repeat 5 times and do some action inside. So I'll do the change size again, but this time I will reduce or deduct 10 here, which means I will remain the same size for this cat. This. Okay. And yeah, the normal size I set it to 100, and then it will change the size 5 times and say good morning. Then later on, we will change the size 5 times, reduce the size. So this is the sneezing cat program. Can teacher follow my step?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So save now. I'll be entering to the wake 4. Before we learn about what is the how to play the music. So we'll introduce the sound palette. So what is the sound palette, and also can we upload sound, song, music, etc. And also we have a short, a very simple program, which is we play the drums with other sounds. A very simple thing, we go to, if you cannot see the music extension, we can go to the add extension here. We select the music, click this as same as how did we use the pen, insert the pen here. And here we got the pen combined with the music. So when I run the program, you hear the sound? It's gonna sound with the drums sound, right? So this one is let me do some explanation for this. First of all, we got the X sprite, which we can go to the costume, make a text here. Okay, so any word, any number, you can use the text here. So because I use the X, is easy for me to see. If I want to use the other one, yeah, I still can use the other word, the other character instead of X. Then I use the green flag to to play and set the position to minus 180. And with the pen down means we can understand like start drawing. Pen up means stop drawing. So we got the pen down instruction. Set pen color to 120 and set size to 2, then erase all. So if you take out this one, right? If you take out this one, in theory, it's not show anything. If you have only the X, because we got the pen down here, it will not show the line and the X behind that. Yeah. Yeah, correct. So here is the add extension. You see the choose an extension that you've got a pen, we got a pen, and we need to select the music also as well. This one is actually the two, repeat 2 times. So the rhythm is actually the 2. So you can see this one, 1, 2, and then we'll entering to the 4 rhythm, okay, which is even more faster. So this one, 1 actually is 1, 2, and then the line X is starting here. The stem is stem the sprite on the stage and play the sound. Move this step. So the first 2 step is actually move 60 step. There's a distance between them. So this one even more shorter distance between 4, and this one even more shorter within 8x. Then I share this out. I copy the link. Why the pen color set to a number rather than a color? Let me see. Yeah, good question for this. Actually, we can select the color that we want. Also, we can set the number. Yes, to option. Yeah. If you don't like this way, you can change by this way. Also can, right? Yeah. So hope the link can give you more clear on this project. Also, we can change the sound, which a lot of sound that we can select. And clap, bango, control. That's will give you another output. Yeah. Okay. All right. So far so good. I think there should be no problem for you guys. Okay, this is chapter 4, which is week 4, right? Okay, so this, let me check. Yeah, for the rhythm, how it works is it will be look like this. If you refer to the PDF file, it will be look like this. So starting point will be the first one, and the second point will be the in the middle. So if you have a distance between them. So when you change the number to 4 times means you got four object, and then with 0.4 bits, you will get even more faster. If you shorten the range, whenever you change the bits, right, you will shorten the range. This one we can try after the training also. Here you can refer to this. Yeah, that's all. So we'll be entering to chapter 5. Chapter 5, we will talk about the procedure, how the message will be called, and normally we can say sending or receiving broadcasts. All right. So this we'll let's see on this one. So the broadcast is calling, and then when you receive the sound or the instruction, you do some action. Let's say we got 4 sprites here, which is starfish, cat, frog, and bats. So when the broadcast means if you have an announcement for everybody, every sprite, and then this announcement or this instruction give you to have you to do some action. Let's say jump. So the sprite will jump if he got the jump ability. So this one, when the frog receives the jump message, it will do the jump. But when the bat receives the jump message, it will not doing the jump, because if you only fly, it will do the fly if the bat receives the fly message. But still, the broadcast message received by everyone. But then the sprite will do some action. It will do the action according to the received message. So here the cat got 2 ability or attributes, which is walk and jump. So once the broadcast a starfish calling jump, and the cat will act jumping. Is this clear? Yeah, we can think this way is when teacher calling a student's name, and the students stand up, respond to the teacher. The others will still on the chair. Okay. Let me share the pen drawing project. here. Yeah, so this project is pretty easy. When the sprite receives the square message, if you have a pen up, means if you not do anything. When the pen down means start doing anything. Okay, start doing the drawing. So pen up and go to the mouse S and mouse Y, which is the pen will follow my position to move around. And once I click the pen down, it will do some action, which is the drawing. So let's check this out. Of course, the pen will not do the following my mouse like the cat chasing the tennis ball. If I click the left button, it will do a drawing, which move 50 steps and turn it to 90-degree, and moving 50 steps, turn 90-degree, make the square shape. Repeat 4 times. You do a square shape here. So the pen color will set it to randomly, which from 1 to 200. Of course, how do I create the broadcast message? Actually, I can, it will be found in backdrop here. When I click anything, right? When I click green flag, it will clear the stage. And when I click on the stage, we will be drawing a square. So this is the broadcast message, which I press a new message. I call it to square. Also, I can make it another shape. You can draw anything with the pen, and also you can change the sprite. So this which is the existing one instead of this. Okay, so let's practice this one since it's not very hard for this. Go through this. Let me see. Okay, we take few minutes to complete this one. We go to the file new. Change the sprite to pen. Make the sprite size to even smaller. And we change the backdrop. Some colors. We go to the backdrop and paint. Fill in some colors. Fill in a color for this. Yeah, we need to convert it to the bitmap and fill in a color. And we go back to the code area. I go to the control. Oh, sorry, I go to the event palette. Take this out. When green flag is clicked, go to the pen, erase all. Go to the event. When stage, click. And there's the broadcast message. We add here. Set the broadcast message, a new message, which we call it square. And done. Now we got a message called square, and we click the pencil. Click the pencil. First, we need to receive the broadcast message. So when I receive the broadcast message, which is square, and I'll do the pen up. Go to the motion. Drop this, go to X, Y position. But we are not specifying the location, which is the D to 17 or some area, specific some area. So we might need to put another thing, which is the sensing, mouse S and mouse Y, instead of the figure. Okay, and we go to the pen. Set pen color. Just now I display the program, right? Because it will the pen will do randomly color, right? So we do not specify the color. Also, we use the operators, pick random. So this random gives us the computer will generate a number of the color within the range. Okay, let's say this I change it to 200. So if we use a color, right, then we might use a number instead of color. Then we use a pen down. We start drawing. We do a repeat for how many times? You go to the control blocks, look for the repeat, change the number to 4. Okay, and we go to the motion, move how many steps that we want, and rotate either left or right. So I try to move it even more steps, which I put it to 80. I change this degree to 90 because I want it make it to a square shape, right? So when I press the run button, I'll do like this. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think the sprite for this one, let me change the sprite again. So it'll be better. Because the sprite will be like 45 degree. So this one, oh, okay. Let me change this to 90. Yeah, I think should be no problem. This one. Yeah, okay. Then I do not change this sprite. So I rotate the direction to 90 degree. I think one more thing, we cannot see the back, the shape, the square shape color so clear because I see the color is not very so many color there, and I think it's the backdrop color affect the color of the square shape. So we might need to change the color if you select the color that is not very bright, then you will see the color is not very obviously. Okay, let me test it more again. Yeah, okay. Is everybody in now? This one got one a good question, which is this one, the costume. Actually, we can create the costume here by creating by using this. After we go inside the costume, and then we go to the sprite here, choose a costume, or we can draw. We can draw on this one, paint. So paint means you use a tool to draw by your own yourself, or we can select from this sprite. Let's say I will select the person here. Um, yeah. So this one I no need. Oh, so because the costume is 1, 2, and 3, right? So when I want to change the costume, so now I'm selecting the first one. I want to change the costume. When I use the click flag, green flag, with the change the look, next costume. And it will do the looping, means going back to the first one, second and third, and go back to the first one. Yeah, thank you. I think we can enter to I think this one is already finished. So yeah, this one you can practice with this. I'll share the project link to you later. I think we can go into the chapter 6. This is all about the drawing. Yeah. So the chapter 6 has a very important concept, which is the definition, a function. We call a square. So this can allows to do the definition function in computer language. That will be the definition function. It actually allows us to reduce the repetitive work. For example, if you want to make a break and you want to make a 100 break by your hand, or why don't you use the machine to make a 100 break? Okay, so this is the similar concept with this one. If you use the define square, and then if you have you to calling the square here and do the same thing from here. Okay, so this I will quickly to show you this how we create this one. Okay, so where's my square? Scratch. Yeah, I got a cat here. Before we want to define something else, right? Okay, so I want to define a line. I want to make a cat, draw a line. First, I go to the my block, which is the purple color, and I go to the make a block. After I click the make a block, right? So I name the block name to line, a line, which I define this as a line, and my cat will draw a line, and then I don't take this anything yet. So I just click OK, and I create the line function. So once I got this one, and then I have a motion, which is move forward. Okay, let's say move forward 200. Means because I want to make it a line, right, a straight line, and then I have a move forward 200 step. Oh. So I forgot to make it when green flag is clicked, and then do some action. We might use the pen, set pen size to 1, let's say, and then I have a color, set pen color, okay, or instead of this one, I use this, pen down, and erase all. Yeah, that's it. So because I need to calling the function, right? So when I do this, I have not calling the function. Okay, so you won't do anything because move 200 step is in the definition function here. When I want to call these things, and then I should go to the block. There's a line here. I take this out, put under the erase all, and then I draw a straight line. Yeah, because we can have many ways to drawing. Like let's say I have another way to draw these things, but I change some figure, change the size to 5, and then I change the color to even more darker, purple, and then I calling the function again, because this one should be considered as a repetitive. Means we don't do the similar or the same job or the same action too many times. We just use the calling the function. Of course, this one just a straight line. So if I do something. Here it's just a straight line only. Oops. This one just go outside. Oh, okay. Rotate. Yeah, I think that's it for this one. So the original will be this. The original project will be this one. Define square. Share first. So I just put the square here and I call the function. And then I make a square. Yeah, I think I can share this out. Okay, yeah, two will be followed because two things are at the same time. So you might change a little bit. For example, if let's say this one is going to draw a square, right? Another is going to draw the another thing, like let's say for example triangle. If you draw the two shape at the same time. Okay, let me show this one. Let me see. Yeah. I think I put everything inside here and then I try to make this. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it will be combined. It will be combined all together. So this one is a line. Yeah. And this one is the square. Pen color, pen down. Yeah. Should be 5. Okay. I just change this one, repeat five times. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this already finished. Let's see the next one. I think this one is most important for the chapter, and we can go into the chapter 7. Chapter 7 is more introduce the computer concept. So we got the variable and the data type and the values. So variable we can understand like x and y. So x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 10. So x and y are called variables, and 5 or 10 are called values. So data type is so the value is stored in variable. The value is stored in variable. Once we call the variable, right, we'll be running the whole thing. So let's say we got a set. A variable name called number. We got the calculation, which is 1 divided by 5 plus 5 divided by 7. And we do the calculation within the variable name. So we store the result into this num and store the result to the variable name called decimal. Denominator will do a division, which is number divided by denominator, and we get the result. When we say something, right, and then we get the result. So we also can do the calculation with storing the value, because sometimes we have long division and long multiplication, so that we want to make it clean and neat. So we save it to a variable name. And then we also can refer to the variable name, and we know which one is doing which one. Yeah, if we store all the numbers, right, we will be confused. Say, well, 1 divided by 5 plus 5 divided by 7 and all these things. We have no variable name to combine it together and get the result. So sometimes it will be confusing. So that's why we need variables to do some calculation. Data type, we got so many types. So we got a Boolean, we got a number, and we got a string. Number, we include floating point and the integer number. Boolean, actually we can understand like true or false. True or false. Two results only, true or false. String, just now we say something like for the cat, we got say something. So inside the say something, we got a string. So we got a how are you? So this one also a string. Also a string. So we got a string value, string data type, number data type, and Boolean data type. This is very simple data type that we know. Boolean, string, and number. I think I can share this to you. So let me check this one. Yeah, before I share, I need to explain this. When we click the green flag and then we set the first variable name called the ran1. Ran1 is a short form of the random. So ran1 number 1, and we pick the random number from range 1 to 6 and set the second variable name called ran2, which is we pick the number from 1 to 6 also as well. So also we'll broadcast to raw and weight and say the first number plus second number. In the dice one, you get receive the broadcast message to raw, repeat 20 times, and shift the costume from 1 to 6, and we check the costume, right? There's 6 dice, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we save the costume to random 1. Random 1 will refer to this one, random number. When we play, this one is also the same as the dice one. So when we play the project, when we play the game, you got a 6 plus 5. And then you say the sprite will say the result 8, 5. Yeah, so it should be correct because we got the calculation here. Say how many what is the number for 2 seconds. Okay, so then I share this project with the link. Then you can check this out. Oh yeah, the how do we actually create the variable name? Actually, it's quite simple. We just go to the variable here and make a variable name. Okay, this one we got the ran in and ran two, right? Ran one and ran two, and let's say ran three, and press OK. And now I got the ran three, but I don't show this out, so I just let it disappear. If you want to show this out, then you just take this, because now I got the 6, which is the custom 6, and currently my ran 2 is custom 3, which is the number 3. Okay, so I already shared this out, and then we can, any problem with this project? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the last week of the lesson and tutorial, which is chapter 8. Chapter 8 more focus on the concept of computer concept. So make decision. So how do we let the computer to make a decision? We are using the concept we call the if and else. If and else. So if and else, we can understand like if you choose this option, you won't choose that option. So if you go to open the door A, you won't go open the door B. Okay, so it's very simple. Or if you do that, what will happen? Simple if. If you do that, what will happen? If and else is called alternative condition or the multiple condition. So also we got a comparison operator. We got the less than, greater than, less than or equal, less than or greater or equal, and also equal to, not equal to. So this I think we already learned in the mathematics lesson. I think we can explain a little bit to kids, because sometimes kids will confuse what the direction of the symbol. Or this is more than, or this is less than. So that will be confusing for this one. Yeah. And also the problem for Scratch also as well, there will be we'll need some time for them to, or if student cannot catch up, right, we need some time to slow down our speed and let them to catch up. Yeah, and then show them which button we're going to click and how to do that. And yeah. So we also can see the operators have many functions. So this is the greater than or less than. We can test if the price is more than 2,000. Price is less than 2,000 or equal to 2,000. So if the price is less than 2,000, I will buy the car. So I will buy the car for 2 seconds. Also, we can do the set a variable name, which is using 2 variables. The first one is x and y. Here we can test go very simple mathematical calculation. I think if x is more than 5, then the result will be true, and so on and so forth. The if block, this one is the flowchart for the if block. If the condition is true, you will do some action. You will execute the comments. If it is no, it will not execute the command or execute the command M. If we jump up the if condition, okay, because sometimes we might have repeat how many times if the condition is true and then do some execute the action here inside the if block, and we go back to the repeat, and then we go into the if again, see if the condition is true or not. If the condition is false, we will go to the command M. Yeah, so teacher need to be clear about this one. So if and else blocks. Sometimes students will get more confused of this one. They have to know how repeat how many times and do the looping, how the computer actually do the looping, repeating. Yeah, I think this one is pretty easy that we can practice after the training. Yeah, it just has a guide here. Okay, so we'll go into the last part, which is the presentation. Sorry, which is the project. So the project, I'll only go through week 9 and week 10 and 11. So I think, yeah, I think I just display to you. And also I can share the project to you. So this project is pretty interesting because if you have a animation combined with the insert the user answer, and then it will ask some question, and it will change the scenes and let the player or the user to play the game. So also we combine it, the music. We will use the music on the backdrop. This is the sprite code. If you start asking the question, who are you? And see if you can answer my question for 2 seconds. Yeah, forever if, and then this one is direct to jump for answer for 2 seconds. And if you ask you again, who paint Mosanina, Lisa, and this speech, and then if the answer is A, if the user choose the A, and you will get correct and broadcast to question 2. If the answer is B, you will go back to try again. Oh, it's not this one. Yeah, so this is how the project looks like. Yeah, so I'm not, yeah, because we need to memorize the instruction, left, right, up, down, and then if you can't get it, still got chance 3 times. If you still can't get it, and then you get lost. So this is how the project will be like this, doing like this way. So we'll see because this project take it a bit long to finish. Then we suggest this one for the project 3 weeks to finish the whole project. Yeah. Um, Week 9 we're gonna to see, yeah, choose favorite backdrop, download the music, create the rata. And the project week 2 will be the making the puzzle matching. So this is the blog for the project week 2. And all the concept already learned within the week 1 to week 8. And this is the last week of the project. Yeah, so we also need to set how many chances that we enter. We got how many chances to play the game. Yeah, so this is eventually if the user or the student play the game and then it get the everything correct, you get the win result. Yeah, I think we already finished this one. Let me share this out. Any question so far for this project? Yeah, because this code will be taking a bit time to finish and to make it. Yeah, so it's, yeah, because the concept already learned in within the week 1 and week 8, so students should be no problem. If got problem, need to refer to the week 8, week 1 to week 8 content. I think now is the Q&A session. So any problem with the content for the Scratch programming so far?
So far for me, it's okay. I think the guides are quite clear, so that's useful. But I probably have to go and try out first, then I'll have more questions.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Jessica. And others? Uh, Mas?
Hi, for the block, like if you make your own block, can you make any of the action, like it could be looks or sound or events?
You mean to do the repeating?
No, in my block, if you make your own block,
You mean
can
this
you
one?
actually assign it to be an event or to be a control, to be a sound?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so
So
any you can make in the block.
yeah,
Okay.
just put under the block name, and then you put the, let's say, music, and then the sound just put under that.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So any question? I think teacher may wonder how we teach the kids, right? Yeah. Any question on the students side?
Usually during the 1 hour training, do you expect the students to be doing while you're showing
Um,
simultaneously or only during the 30 minutes?
okay. So you mean the student able to catch up to finish the lesson and tutorial within 1 hours?
Yeah. Or like, are they following you along or are they just watching you?
Okay. So this one lesson actually we're talking on the lesson and tutorial that will follow us to create the blocks and create the sprite. Yeah, and then this is last for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. So this one is the suggested time to finish the content of the topic. This one.
So if you do virtually, do you recommend the students to log on with a phone for the call and then a laptop for Scratch or something so they can see both screens?
Yeah, student better to uh, do with his own laptop lah. I think better. If the student log in with let's say they log in the Zoom in the mobile phone, then it will be like unless they have a laptop beside them, they can watch and then they can do the practice on his or her laptop.
Okay.
Or else they just watch and then because we still got the exercise, right? Exercise for 30 minutes, so that it's not recommend that the lesson you'll be watching 1.5 hours. So when come to the exercise part, teacher will assign or will give them the exercise and then student need to do by her own or his own. So if the student got any problem, that will refer to teacher and teacher will give some hints or provide the answer to the students. Yeah. Any problem so far with this one? Is I think the scratch need to go through, right, but then I think need more time to do the student side Q&A. Yeah. What about Smile, Sarah? Do you have any question? So far, okay?
Yeah, hi. If ever we have some questions after we go through the lessons after this class, where can we address our questions? Or is there a chat box or an email we can send to if we have some questions later?
Yeah, I think be added into the group which is the TFMTTT. I'm not sure you are inside the group or not.
I'm not sure either.
I'm not.
Not really. Let me see. Maybe you can send an email, or if you don't mind, you just WhatsApp me. So I will leave you my, yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you. So yeah, so anything you can ask in the group so that we can discuss about it. Yeah. So Sarah, you got any question to ask about for the Scratch programming? What about Wei Wei?
Hi.
No issue.
No issue.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we need some time to go through about the content lah. Okay. Then yeah, I think we should. Let me check. Yeah, anything you can chat in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so thank you for today. How to join the WhatsApp? So Ren, you are not in the WhatsApp group, right?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Let me see if I can add you, but I'm not the group admin. Ren, may I know who contact you for joining the TTT section?
I've registered through eBright.
Oh, okay.
But I received some messages from some people reminding me about the training, so maybe I just message them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we can, our training will stop here, and then, so if have further information, then we can chat in the group chat. Thank you for today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.